Notting Hill Carnival is a 3-day annual event that takes place on the streets of Notting Hill, London, during the late August bank holiday weekend. It is a grand event that attracts millions of people, making it the second largest street parade in the world. The carnival is known for its kaleidoscopic costumes, energetic music, and lively atmosphere. It is an opportunity for everyone to come together and enjoy music, parades, food, and other aspects of Caribbean culture. The carnival follows the carnival traditions of the Caribbean, particularly Trinidad, where the celebration's roots can be traced to slavery, and the pre-Lenten Mardi Gras masquerade balls held by the French plantation owners. The enslaved Africans weren't allowed to participate in these balls, so they developed their own festival drawing on African dance traditions that ridiculed the slave owners through masquerade and song. Following the emancipation of enslaved Africans, many free men and women took to the streets and continued these traditions. Notting Hill Carnival's history dates back to the 1950s. Following World War II, Britain had a serious labour shortage. To help rebuild the economy, an estimated 1.3 million workers were needed. The British government invited people from Commonwealth countries to the UK to take up the job vacancies that needed to be filled. The Empire Windrush was one of the first ships to bring people from the Commonwealth to the UK for jobs. These people later became known as the Windrush Generation. Many took up the invitation to work as nurses, midwives, cleaners, cooks, porters, factory labourers, or employed in the bus, underground, and rail services. Most were overqualified for these jobs. By the 1950s, Brixton and Notting Hill had the largest population of Caribbean people in Britain. Over time, racial tensions grew as housing became a problem, and white families feared being displaced by blacks. Their resentment was further fueled by right-wing political groups seeking power on a racial intolerance platform. At this time, Notting Hill was also a stronghold for fascist politician Oswald Mosley's Union movement, which included a large group of far-right young white men, including Teddy Boy gangs. This far-right movement urged the local white working-class population to keep Britain white. The racial tensions escalated into the Notting Hill race riots, where violence erupted between white and black communities. These riots highlighted the need for the West Indian community to establish their identity and celebrate their culture. In an effort to bridge the divide and promote unity, Trinidadian-born activist Claudia Jones organised a Caribbean carnival at St Pancras Town Hall in January 1959. This event laid the groundwork for what would eventually become Notting Hill Carnival. The Caribbean Carnival showcased masqueraders, steel bands, calypso performers and dancers, capturing the spirit and energy of Caribbean culture. The tragic death of Kelso Cochrane, a 32-year-old Antiguan-born carpenter and aspiring lawyer, further fueled the desire for the West Indian community to be recognised and celebrated. Cochrane was killed in a racially motivated attack by a gang of white men on the 17th of May 1959. His death sparked outrage and became a catalyst for change within the community. In 1966, Notting Hill Carnival transitioned from a town hall event to a vibrant street celebration. Community activists Rawn Laslett and Andre Shervington organised a street fair for children in Notting Hill. Outlining her aims for the event, Laslett explained that she wanted it to bring together the many cultural groups who lived in the area at the time. She said, "We felt that although West Indians, Africans, Irish and many other nationalities all live in a very congested area, there is very little communication between us. If we can infect them with a desire to participate, then this can only have good results." The festival featured residents from India, Ghana, Czechoslovakia, Ukraine and Cyprus. Performers included Nigerian musician Ginger Johnson and his Afro-Cuban band Agnes O'Connell and her Irish Girl Pipers, and a New Orleans-style marching band. Trinidadian Russell Henderson, who had also played for Claudia Jones at St Pancras Town Hall in 1959, readily accepted Laslett's invitation to perform, and he led a steel pan procession that wove up Portobello Road and back, followed by a growing crowd. And that was the beginning. Rawn Laslett decided to end her involvement in 1970 due to ill health. A Trinidadian named Leslie Palmer took over the running and announced plans to turn the carnival into an urban festival of black music, incorporating all elements of Trinidad's carnival. One of the defining aspects of Notting Hill Carnival is the sound systems. These mobile music systems, playing reggae, ska, samba, blues, calypso and hip-hop, provide the soundtrack for the carnival. The sound systems first arrived in 1973, pioneered by music enthusiasts Duke Vinn, Count Shelley and Count Suckle. Their legacies shaped the 38 static sound systems that can be found throughout Notting Hill Carnival today. Throughout the 1970s, Notting Hill Carnival grew in popularity and attendance. By 1975, the carnival had become a significant event, attracting 250,000 people. It was featured on the cover of Time Out magazine, solidifying its status as London's biggest street fair. Notting Hill Carnival has faced its fair share of challenges and controversies over the years. As it grew, the authorities began to view the carnival with suspicion, and the changing demographic of North London brought the carnival into conflict with local white residents. In 1976, a large force of police officers arrived on the last day of carnival. It was alleged that young blacks within the crowds were committing petty crimes such as pickpocketing. This supposedly justified the significant police presence. This led to clashes between them and carnival goers, resulting in 60 people needing medical attention and 66 being arrested. Increasingly, calls were made for the carnival to be moved from Notting Hill, and media reports repeatedly linked the event to crime and disorder. This narrative still persists today. Notting Hill Carnival remains a vibrant and inclusive celebration of Caribbean culture in London. It continues to attract millions of visitors who come to enjoy the music, dance, food, and vibrant costumes. The carnival provides a platform for the West Indian community to proudly showcase their heritage and creativity. Notting Hill Carnival is more than just a party. It is a celebration rooted in history and culture. From its humble beginnings as a town hall event to its current status as one of the world's largest street fairs, Notting Hill Carnival has become a symbol of unity, diversity, and celebration. It serves as a testament to the resilience and spirit of the West Indian community in London.